Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here again, bringing you I think an obscure Diddy slasher movie from the 80s, 1987 to be correct. Night Screams. Gets a 4.3 on IMDb. Oh, it gets a 5 from me. It's a one-time watch. I had fun with it. Directed by Alan Plone. No, it got there were a lot of characters. I couldn't remember all their names because the actors never heard of them. One of your lead actors is David. Now this is we're talking about this high school. They're all high school graduates, and they're all friends with each other because they're all playing at the same football team. Okay, but David is selected by one of these scouts to play for Oklahoma State. So David has a girlfriend called Joni. Then his best friend is DB, where he can tell everything to, and he's got a girlfriend called Lisa. Then he also has Russell. Now, if you look at Russell's legs, he has the biggest quads, and he's kind of the he's the guy who's kind of made fun of, but oh my god, I think this guy is pretty muscular. I mean, he has the biggest quads and hamstrings. He has trees like a tree stump. He has legs like a tree stump. Legs like a tree, and it will fucking just, you know, obliterate you. um, Now, at the same time, what's happening is, and the funny thing is that all these actors that should be 18 years old, they look like in their 30s. The girls look in their 30s. The guys, they look almost in their against their 40s. They're looking like 38, 39. I mean, David is looks like 40 years old. I shit you not. uh, his parents are, of course, especially the dad is really proud that he's being selected, and he doesn't really want to go to Oklahoma State. He just wanted to go to college, and didn't have to need the pressure of being good and always performing and performing and performing. He just wanted to do it on his own tempo, right? Then at the same time, a few inmates escaped. You had three inmates. Two are one, two I remember the name of, and one I didn't know the name of. Is Snake, Runner, and another guy. Now, the funny part is, okay, so the police stops at this diner, and they say, "Listen, watch out. There are a few inmates that escaped. Okay, keep an eye for you. That's good. Maybe I'll close early. That's a very good idea." Okay, he wants to close early. The guy gets pushed away. The sheriff gets blasted with his shotgun, or the deputy, or whatever. And then the other cop goes out of his car with his shotgun. And I never seen a. First of all, he didn't need to kill that cop because he was leaving them alone. Second of all, the other cop is shooting with a shotgun at him, and he's just standing there still, like a fucking. I'm a target board. Hit me. And he himself says, "You're the worst shot I ever seen." He puts three or four bullets in the car. I'm guessing he hits the gas tank, and the car blows up. Cops on fire. He yells for Runner. He throws the shotgun in the air. Runner takes it, put him down, and he shoots the burning cop down. Meanwhile, he shoots while he did his part. He shoots the diner owner through the head, and then the waitress, one of the guys, like I said, the guy I didn't know, is trying to rape the waitress, and he said, get the fuck away." He shoots the waitress in the stomach, and he becomes really mad, and he's saying, "I took your shit in jail, but I'm not gonna take your shit here, Snake." And then he he spits in his face. Then they have a little kerfuffle, but it's so stupid. So the guy hits Snake. Now hitting him is like, and he hits him like this far away, a hook wrenched this far away, and then Snake starts to hit him for real, like here, and you see him hitting him here, and the blood squirting out of his fucking mouth. Then hitting him here, and the blood, and I don't see Snake to be that kind of strong guy. He's like this regular bloke, regular schmo, and he hits him with those two hits. He kills him, and then he throws him like a rag doll out of the window. What the fuck? Is that a sort of a super villain that escaped? Eventually, they find their way to a house, and that's where the teammates are gonna hold a party, a last party that they're gonna see David, a graduation party to see David going off to Oklahoma State, and this and this and that. But there's also, the movie starts with a murder, and it's almost implied, but it's weird. So it's you got two people, and I'm guessing they're parents of somebody, and they get stabbed through the body with a butcher's knife, and then the killer starts to play the piano. Okay. Then apparently David has to take these pills. I thought it were steroids because they all looked like they were on steroids. They were all jacked to the gills. I mean, these guys were all jacked as fuck, and he was taking pills. But apparently, those pills were, he has anger issues. Okay, he's taking pills. But apparently, so his parents go out to a diner, but apparently they forgot to replenish his pills, and now he doesn't have pills. So the murders start happening. They all get offed one by one. Now the two inmates are in the cellar. Now they don't now. Okay, the entire movie you have two choices at this point. It's one of the inmates, or it's Dave doing the killing. Okay, because he's angry and gets fucked up, and he's constantly just somebody saying a little tiny thing that he doesn't like. He goes to the juggler and he's saying, "Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up." Even his girlfriend is getting angry at her, and at some point the inmates, as far as I know, the inmates only kill one, a girl. Snake strangles her, and then Runner is kind of disgusted by Snake. Why is he doing this? Then he gets killed by Snake. He gets a bag over his head and it suffocates him. But then you have a scene where Snake goes, because how does the fucker die? He goes toe to toe with a few of these jocks, and they can't. I mean, like I said, he's like a super villain. He just push, pushes them around like rag dolls, and like I said, I saw them in the shower. I mean, they were muscular dudes. They're really muscular. And Snake is like this scrawny little dude. It's weird. It's weird. Eventually, they get him by I think they stab him with a fire poker. Uh, but so he's also fighting David. David, with his anger issues, you would think, okay, David would win the fight, but no fucking way, he doesn't. He just gets pushed around like I said, like a rag doll, and the parents are the parents are going home to get the pills, and they have the pills on them. They driving home, and they get stopped by a cop, and they're saying, "My son needs pills." Okay, I'm giving you an escort. Okay, that's easy. Just giving you an escort because you forgot your pills for your son. Okay. Woo! It's going back. And what happens now is that Joni, I believe, she stabs the guy, the snake guy, through the back with a fire poker, and I think a fire poker, and then she is on top because uh, David is like coughing up blood. He's being he's being roughed up, right? But it's not being stabbed or something. But he's sitting there, and he's looking at Joni, and Joni's starting to confess that she killed her parents, and that okay, so she was in the beginning of the movie the one who killed those two people that were her parents. Then she killed all the rest of the party because she's jealous over David, because David is now the big star, and she doesn't want to, you know, anybody take David. But then, why kill him? Because now she wants to kill him, and that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And then the police comes in because they were escorted by the parents, and what I see is that David is lying on the ground trying to stop the knife. She has the knife in her hand. The cop yells, "Drop the knife!" They don't do it. He shoots, and then we see the two parents in the hospital saying, "Oh, if we knew this, we wouldn't. I mean, we wouldn't gone for a dinner date. I mean, we feel so guilty. We feel so guilty." And then they're saying to the doctor, how long would it take to for recuperation? 3 to 4 weeks, maybe. Okay, and then we see that the fucking girl is still alive. Joni's still alive. Because they think that David apparently went mad and killed everybody. But he was lying there on the ground with Joni trying to drill a knife in his fucking neck. I mean, what more evidence do you need? And the cop, so he shot David while she's there standing with a knife. I mean, what the fuck? And it looked like the two parents were talking to David, how they were coming over. They're not even sad about David. They were talking to Joni. They weren't even sad. They were like, "Oh, sorry, we didn't know if he would react." So basically, what they were saying, "Oh, sorry, we didn't know that he would react this way, so we wouldn't go to a dinner party." And so let bygones be bygones, okay? Hopefully you recover fast, Joni. Bye. And they just lost their son, thinking he's a maniac. And she was sitting on top of him with a knife. And we see Joni laughing, like smiling, like with a mad face, and the movie ends. Now you tell me what the fuck happened there. Okay. So the pros of this movie. You got a lot of good kills, a lot of practical kills too. The acting is somewhat good. I seen worse. It's a whodunit, but they try to, and there's a twist. I did not know it was Joni. I didn't know it was Joni. It's a I personally didn't know. I thought it was one of the inmates or David, but because he was constantly struggling with himself, keeping himself away from the people, so he could have killed all of them, because he was constantly trying to, you know, isolate himself from everybody. But no, it wasn't the girl, his girlfriend, and that I did not see coming, and that was a pleasant surprise. So that's good. The the cons are, like I said, Snake. It, in my opinion, the inmates were a little overkill. You know, they weren't necessary in the movie. They weren't necessary. They kill two cops, a few people of the diner, and then they hid in a basement to kill one girl, and then struggle a little bit. And that struggling hurts David, and then it sort of brings out the killer in Joni. I mean, she's been killing everybody, so it doesn't bring out the killer in Joni. Like I said, the inmates were overkill. They weren't needed in this movie, in my opinion. No. Okay, then you have less suspects, but I knew for a fact that these killers weren't killing, these inmates weren't killing the people upstairs. Yeah, the killer also wore these long gloves, and no, no. So they were overkill, the inmates. Like I said, acting, I seen worse, but at moments it's kind of blah. Okay. Um, and the ending is confusing as hell. Okay. Okay, she's putting a knife on David, but he gets shot because she's holding the fucking knife. Okay. Uh, and for the rest, okay, it's a nice late entry in the 80s slasher movies. So Night Screams from 1987. Give it a watch. Give it a 5. Like the video, subscribe if you didn't, and see you next time. Bye.